Okay, I'm doing the nighttime rat check. Oh, Sissy, we got one.
What?
Right here.
Can I pull it out?
Yeah. There he is. All right, let's do our recovery. Come this way. There you go, right here. Just step real easy, real light.
Ah!
You're gonna sink in the mud. You're gonna sink in the mud. That's good, that's good. Don't go any further. Step further out. There you go. Now grab the stake. That's good. Remember, don't silt up the water.
Woo!
Good job, we got him.
This one is actually pretty big.
Got him. Perfect head catch again. Yeah. Show it up to the camera this way. Good job. Is it cold?
Yes.
Freezing cold.
It's a big one.
Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, let's get him out of the trap and we'll reset him. You can see here, we've got a perfect head catch right behind the head. And all the rats we caught were like that. So the stands that I made just worked perfectly. It couldn't be any better. Well, that was a successful rat check at night. We got one more. That brings our total to 8. So,
Good.
yeah, but I think we're going to see our catches definitely decrease now. We hit them hard the first 3 days or 3 nights. I did notice that the rats were not moving during the day. They were only coming out at night. That's when they'd start to... Actually, all the rats that we caught were not in the dens. They were actually out in the pond somewhere, and we caught them coming back into the dens. I didn't catch anything in the creek. I checked those traps earlier on. I didn't see any activity in those traps. There's a lot of rat sign down there, so the rats have got to be traveling up and down that creek. It's just going to take longer to catch, see if there's anything down there. Hoping for a mink. We'll see what happens. But we've done really good on the rats, so time to go home. It's freezing. Okay, we got one more rat to add to the collection. This is check night number 3. I had one last night, and I had one tonight. You see them there. This is where they had. This is a funny looking run here. They have a run here, and then there's a big rock right there. So they couldn't run through the rock, so they ran around it. Because if you look here, right here, there's another run, but it loops around around the rock, and then the tunnel is right here. So I don't know where he was hiding out, but there's the trail. You can see it going all the way out into the pond there, even with the light. Let me reach down here, see if I can get this out without getting in the water. See here, I have the little handle, the guard I made. Just pull the rat up with the stand. Wham! Perfect head catch. There he is. Another good sized rat. I couldn't tell if he was going in or out. I think he was actually in the burrow and he was heading out. So this is the second rat I've taken from this trap here. Alright, let's get it reset. I'm gonna put it back in the water. There, now there's the trap when it's reset. That's why I said it was handy with the handles. Just I have the chain on the bottom side of the pin, so I pinned the chain to the bottom of the bank, and it's got 2 6 or 7 inch long spikes that go down into the pond dirt. And I have not had one come out. I have not had one move. Every one I've had that I made a catch in, it has stayed right where it was. The rat never even moved. Here he is, Ratatouille. I got a bad shadow on my. There we go. That's better. So let's go reset it back in the hole. I'll do that without the camera so I don't drop it. Put it right back in the run here. Maybe we can get one more out of it. I have not caught anything from the creek yet. So all of these rats were in the pond. I have not caught anything coming from the feeder creek yet. I just checked those traps a minute ago, so All right, let's reset this and we'll be on our way. All right, there it is, reset back. See how I have it right on the bottom, if the camera will focus. I have it right on the bottom of the pond, right on the bottom of the run, right on the hard pack. And that's where you want it. It's also, if you can see, there's a rock right next to it, and that's the edge that the muskrats are following. That's the hard edge. So they're following right along that tube there and finding the way to my trap. All right, let's go. All right, this is a big moment for me. I came to check my muskrat traps tonight, and I haven't caught any rats here since Wednesday. It is now the following Monday since the opening Saturday. I've taken 9 muskrats out of here. I left all these traps in here. I told the landowner I was going to leave the traps in to make sure there were no rats left in the pond. But I got a bonus today when I came to check the sets here. Let me switch the camera around and I'll show you what I got. Yes, indeed. There it is, my very first mink. Caught in a rat set in a 110. I am freaking over the moon. Because I've checked these traps every day. I was expecting to catch a mink in the creek, but I have not caught one down there yet. But here I have one in the pond, and I am freaking ecstatic. That is a big catch for me. Today was the opening day of deer season. This for me is every bit as good as shooting a big freaking buck. Oh, I'm well pleased with that. I am well pleased with that. That I had commented on about he was trapping mink, and he said when you catch a mink that makes you a real trapper. Well, I guess I'm a real trapper now. Oh yeah, that made my whole season. I'm ecstatic. Alright, time to wade in the cold water here, get it out, and then we'll reset it and see if we got anything else. Okay. Hit a pocket set here along the creek, as you can see. I have another pocket set right there. But this was pulled out. Something pulled it out. It was set off though. I mean, I just reset the trap, but my muskrat bait is gone. I couldn't find any tracks. I thought maybe it was a coon that shoved his arm up in the hole. Because I had the trap wired off to the rock here. But I don't see any tracks, I don't see any marks. Maybe it was the mink, maybe, we'll see. Mystery. I'm going to reset it tomorrow. I'll bring some more bait for it and I'll rebait it. See what happens. Alright, there we go. My very first mink. And I'm delighted with that. Yeah, Stalker Steve said that when you catch your first mink, you can consider yourself a real trapper. Well, there it is. Oh, I'm so freaking happy right now. I've just paid off to leave those rat sets in. That mink was working into an old rat tunnel. I had taken 2 rats out of this trap, and I put it back, and I've already started to see the leaf litter and stuff go back in the trails because the rats are not using it anymore because I've already taken the rats out. Well, this mink was in looking for a rat, and instead he found my rat trap. So yeah, I am freaking over the moon with that. Oh yeah, Christmas came early today. Well, we got us another muskrat. That's what that mink was in here the other night looking for. It's a pretty small one by the looks of it, but we're taking them nonetheless. This is in that same set. I caught one here the other day with the rock. You can see here now I've moved one of my other sets. I put it on the other side of that. You can see that channel there, it goes out way out into the lake. And the other one here, hard pack channel. But we got another one here. Honestly, I didn't think I was going to catch any more rats in here, but the last 2 days we had really hard rain. Water level came up a lot. The water level in the creek came up a lot. All but one of my sets in the creek were buried underwater. I think the creek came up about 2 foot maybe. I had one set down there that was for high water, and the water was right at the bottom of that. The other 3 sets I had were underwater, but I still have not caught anything out of the creek. But we did get another rat here, so obviously they were moving a little bit with the water fluctuation. All right, let's get them out. Let's get them taken care of here. All right, there we go. Another good head catch. My little H stand. Small rat this time, but we'll still mount him up on the board. Like I said, this is not really catch a few and move on. The landowner wants me to get these rats out of this pond. Every year he has constant problems with them digging his banks out, so I'm gonna leave these traps out all season. And it paid off for me the other day. I caught that nice buck mink, and I think this is what the mink was in after. Muskrat snack. So I'll get this reset and I'll be on my way. I'll do updates if I catch any more. Okay, stop the presses here. Came to the other side of the pond, got another rat right here. See his tail there? See the little foot right there? It's another small one. But I think that I just repositioned this trap actually last night. I had it further out in the trail, like maybe there. And what I did was I pulled it in closer. I pulled the sets in closer in case another mink came around, because the mink is going to be checking the burrows. So I put the hole, instead of having the trap in the run, I put it closer up into the holes where the mink was more likely to travel. Well, I got another rat here. So that's 2 more. So that goes to show that that increase in water level definitely had them moving around. Now the water was so deep, unless they were following bottom edge, they weren't going to hit my sets that I had in that drainage ditch over there, because like I said, the water had come up 2 foot above them. So if they come in, at water surface level, they could have come right up that creek and not even touch my traps. But I don't know whether these rats were in the pond or whether they moved in from the creek last night. I honestly don't know, because I've had these sets here now almost 2 weeks, and this is the first rats I've caught in at least a week and a half. So maybe they did come from the creek, but like I said, they could have come in and I wouldn't have even known it, because the water was running so quickly and so deep. They would have passed by the other sets I had down there, no problem. Well, we'll get this guy taken out, get this trap reset, be on my way. Alright, there he is. Another good head and shoulder catch there. These are smaller rats, but look at the bite mark on his tail there. That brings my total to double figures. That's number 10 and 11. Well pleased with that. Alright, let's get this trap reset and I can go home, it's freezing.